Hey, hope you're having a great day. I've got a really special guest from the Netherlands with us. This dude has played football, soccer at a very, very high level in many countries. Introduce yourself if you would.
Yes, of course. I'm Fernando Derveld from the Netherlands. I'm 41 years old and I've played in Holland, in England, in Denmark, played some UEFA Cup. I was on the national squad under 15 and 16. So I have quite some experience, yes.
So this dude actually made money playing the game of football, right?
Yeah, yeah, I did okay.
So anyhow, what I'm getting at here is we're talking to a guy that's got experience on the field. He was trained correctly. He kind of knows how it or what it takes to get to another level. And interestingly enough, I've known him for a couple of years, and the dude has honestly got a great personality. He's got a big smile there. You got to show that off a little bit, Fernando. The big smile part. There we go. Anyhow, there. So anyhow, but the interest in him helping the youth has been pretty interesting. We were talking a little bit ago before we got on air about the difference between the American soccer player as a, let's say, high school athlete, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, that age, versus the athlete in Europe. Explain that to us so we can understand your take on that as you see it from Europe over here. Share that with us.
Yeah. As far as I see it, it's that there's a big difference between the college player in America and the college player here in Europe. And the biggest difference is that in Holland we just have one sport, and it's soccer. It's the world's biggest sport. But in America you have the big four, so you can get more easily distracted by the other sports if you're a talented young player, and then the level of the four sports would not be as high as you need to be as a soccer level. Because at soccer level here in Holland, we train the hardest, we train the most technical, and we train the most tactical, especially at the age that you just mentioned, the 13, 14, 15, and 16 years old. That's where the base of the technical and the tactical must come. You must see on the pitch, and I think that's the biggest lack in the difference between the US and Europe. And it's
so maybe we are taking some good athletes away from the game of soccer in America, and they're over here playing football, wishing to have an NFL career, when in fact these athletes might be better off playing in the game of soccer here. So we might be getting a second level soccer player, maybe. Would that be an idea or a thought?
Yeah, of course. That's totally correct. So if you would, I would go to the NFL. If you see how those boys at the NFL, how they sprint, how they move, how they turn, and the power that they have, that would be, I would say, one of the best characteristics to be a soccer player. The only thing is you don't need the ball in your hand, you need the ball at your feet.
Right.
Yes.
You had spoke on another subject that was quite interesting too. And we were talking about World Cup, and America didn't make it, and we've got 300 million people. You would think we could find 15 awesome players to play this game. However, you came back and you told me one of the reasons why we are not playing at a high level is, and expound on that. That was quite interesting in my opinion.
Yeah, I would really say that the technical part of football is in Europe from an age of 15, 16 is going to be the most important part, the tactical, because when you meet another player of your age, especially in a high level, he will have the same characteristics as in playing soccer. But you win a game by the game plan that you make before the game, and that's where you have to execute it as good as possible. And that's where the tactical training comes in place. So the more tactical you can be from a younger age, the more games you will win later on by outsmarting your opponent. Because as in physics, no, we're all almost at the same level. But in tactical and planning and execute that plan, that's where the biggest difference is in winning or losing here in in Europe. And you can see that even in our national team, that if you are a big talent in Holland and you go at 20, 21, 22 to a big club, the tactical changes because you're in another country, you're with another culture, you're with another coach. He has his own thing. So when they all come together in the national team, it's hard for them to go back to the real Dutch mentality, the Dutch way of playing, because at their normal team, they don't play like that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
that's why.
So would you also say that's a team technicality or technical thing on the team side? Would that relate also to the player, the technical skills of the player?
Yeah. We have three kind of tactical things in Holland. First of all, you as a person, you as a player. That's the first tactical thing. Are you left-footed? Are you right-footed? Are you a sprinter, or are you an endurance kind of player? Are you tall? Do you like to head, or do you think it's difficult to head? So first of all, it's personal. Then the second one is the tactical line. Are you a defender, defensive line? Are you a midfielder, midfielder line, or are you a striker? So that's the second tactical where you need to know exactly what would be the best thing to do at that line. And then it's the whole team as a tactical. So you start from 12, 13, 14, then you come personally tactical, better. Then from the age of 14, 15, 16, you go to your line. And from 16, 17, 18, you go to the team kind of tactical. And if you go through those stages, when you are 19, when you're just on the edge of going to the seniors, then you know exactly what you need to do as a player, as a line, and as a team. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's interesting. So, good take on that. So tell me, we're going to be bringing some athletes over in January, and I've we've talked a little bit about how can we expand this program. And just for your information, obviously, I love your personality and your drive to excel. So I'd love to have you be a part of that. I think you can bring something to the players that's going to be pretty cool. The other thing is that we also talked about having you come here, which I think would be very, very interesting to couple up with. I've got connections with Tampa Bay Rowdy folks and the kids down there in Florida. We've got the Columbus Crew here. That's an MLS team that's right down the street from me, which is interesting. Sadly, I don't have the LA Galaxy. I know it's way on the other coast, so it's not close to me, but this could be some interest in having you come over and starting maybe to teach some technical side. So, but anyhow, so if you had a bunch of high schoolers and you were in front of a bunch of American kids that are 14, 15, that range, where would you start attacking their skill levels to raise that up? What would be a couple of points, and then we got to kind of close this up?
Yeah. No, I will first start in looking at the player. I will look at his characteristics, because I need to get 100% of joy first out of the player, but also 100% of his skills, his talent. So I'm going to first watch a few trainings and games and see what he can do. What is his best skill? And then from there, I'm going to work at the personal, then the line, and then the team tactical. Because in America, I think we need to start straight away, because they don't have that backbone from the years that they trained with the Dutch mentality, or the German, or even the Spanish mentality. So we have to straight throw them into the deep and start with the three tactical things. So that's what first of all, I would, of course, love to come to America. It would be an honor for me. I've been there already, and I think it's a great country. And I also think that maybe in the next 6, 7, or 8 or 10 years, you really need to be in the top 10 of the FIFA. I'm 100% sure. But first, you need to invest a lot in getting the tactical and the technical from Europe into America.
So I'm just going to ask you, I'm sure there's going to be kids that's going to be looking at this thinking, man, I want a piece of that guy. So I just wonder, how big is your house and how many people can we house in your house? Can you hold like 5 boys there?
No, 2 maximum.
Only 2? Well, they may come in packs of 3 or 4, so we may have to ask Mom what she thinks about. How would you like to have some automatic sons, you know?
Great. I just push a button on off and it would be.
All right, dude.
It would be cool. It would be cool.
Hey, thank you so much. We'll be circling back a little bit. Maybe we'll get you on here another time and see that gorgeous smile and that great personality again. So tell your wife to be nicer to you this time, okay?
I will. Thank you.
All right. Good talking to you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.